guilty of looking ahead instead of right in front of me. At you.
The film We Live in Time chronicles the 10-year romance between Andrew Garfield and Florence Pugh. The story is told in a non-linear fashion. A chance meeting that transforms their lives brings Almut and Tobias together. They discover how to treasure every second of their unusual love story as they set off on a journey that is hampered by time. The story begins when Tobias Durand, a representative for Weetabix, wanders onto the road while buying a pen to sign divorce papers that his wife had served him. He is hit by a car driven by Almut Brühl, a former figure skater who is now a Bavarian fusion chef. Although Tobias doesn't tell his wife about his divorce, Almut offers to take them to dinner at the restaurant where she works while they are at the hospital. Tobias, who is now separated, informs Almut of his divorce this time when he visits the restaurant by himself on the evening of the meal. After supper, the two head to Almut's apartment and have sex. The next day, they spend time together, and Almut shows Tobias how to crack an egg while cooking for him. Soon later, they move in together. Months later, when Almut had admitted that having children wasn't really her thing, Tobias tells Almut that he has started to feel in love with her and that he hopes to one day start a family with her. After experiencing abdominal pain, Almut learns she has ovarian cancer and informs Tobias that her gynecologist has advised a partial or complete hysterectomy as part of the cancer treatment. Even though Tobias plans to honor Almut's choice, she decides to have a partial hysterectomy, which leaves her open to the option of having children in the future. She experiences a remission of her cancer following treatment. She becomes pregnant, and Tobias and Almut are delighted after many more tries to conceive. She and Tobias' car are caught in traffic on their way to the hospital, and on New Year's Eve, she gives birth to a baby girl in a gas station restroom. After moving with her family to a tiny cottage and farm, Almut, who is now the head chef of her own upscale restaurant, starts experiencing waist pains once more about 3 years later. Almut and Tobias find out during their visit with the doctor that her cancer has returned to stage 3, and that she would need to start chemotherapy as soon as possible before having any surgery to remove the tumor, though there is still no assurance that she will survive. Reluctant to receive treatment once more, Almut suggests going 6 to 8 amazing months without receiving any kind of care rather than wasting her possible 12-month period feeling weak and unfit in the event that the chemotherapy is ineffective. They give their small daughter, Ella, an explanation of the circumstances. Additionally, Tobias suggests to Almut that this time she decides to undergo treatment. Simultaneously with her diagnosis, Almut receives an invitation from her co-worker Simon to compete in the Bocuse d'Or, a renowned culinary contest. She consents to compete even though her training conflicts with her treatments and her wedding. Almut and her Ms. Jade make it to the finals, which are held in Italy a few months later, on the day of Almut and Tobias's planned wedding. Around this time, Almut's doctor informs Tobias that the cancer has not decreased despite the present treatment. Almut secretly starts preparing for the Bocuse d'Or finals. Almut replies that she would prefer her daughter to remember her as a successful chef who persevered and remembered her mother with pride rather than as someone she witnessed become ill and pass away. Tobias chastises her angrily for choosing the competition and keeping it a secret over concentrating on her treatment, life, and family. Accepting this, Tobias reluctantly calls off their wedding and consents to continue training with Almut in preparation for the finals. In June, Tobias and Ella travel to Italy to watch Almut cook at the Bocuse d'Or finals. As the tournament draws to a close, Jade takes over and they manage to complete on time as Almut starts to fail during the plating of the final dish. After reflecting on the situation, Almut decides to go with Tobias and their daughter Ella. They then go ice skating together, something Almut couldn't bring herself to do after going to the rink with her own father. A while later, Tobias and Ella return home with their new puppy, which Almut and Tobias had previously contemplated acquiring for Ella to help her deal with a death on a psychological level, after visiting the chicken coop in their garden. In the same way that her mother had taught him, Tobias then teaches his daughter how to crack an egg. That concludes our review for today, but the discussion is far from over. For more, leave a comment, hit like, and subscribe for more videos. Keep the magic of movies alive until the next time, signing off from FK Bytes.